The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Tim Glenn. He's the outstanding coach out of Scott County. Congratulations, Coach. Everything in order. You guys are heading to the Sweet 16.
Thanks, sir. It's a good feeling. It's we're very blessed to go.
Your team responded. You played Lexington Catholic. They were #1 in the state in the RPI. You guys didn't. That didn't matter to you guys, did it?
You know, I'm glad I didn't look at the RPI that week, but somebody told me that after the fact. Yeah. But we knew we was going to have a rough go at it and a tough game, so we just tried to prepare best we could.
You're in with your senior guard, Aaron Leak, and he had quite a tournament for you, Coach. I think he was all tournament.
He did, and he's had a great year and just been a wonderful leader for our group.
And our scholar athletes, first things first, though, the feature is on Deshaun Jackson. He's a young man from Frederick Douglass, and he's a young man that put up 43 points in that big game against Henry Clay when he went head-to-head with Marquez Warwick, who had 48 points, but he scores a lot of points.
I told you, it's one of the finest scoring performances by two young men in one high school basketball game. It was phenomenal to watch.
And you got to see it up close and personal.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it good and tight. Yes, sir.
Our scholar athletes are from East Jessamine. Coach Nick Barton's in with Zach Coleman, and Zach Coleman is a great basketball player. He also has a 4.0 in class. He's doing it the right way, isn't he?
Doing it the right way. It pays off for years to come.
And we have another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky. That's where you'll find Sutherland Chevrolet. Don Gabbard, a great staff out there. And Rob Ullery's in, and we got a special announcement. We got our Comeback Athlete of the Year.
Always a special thing when you're coming back and overcoming some perseverance, showing some perseverance through the years.
Adversity that you overcame and that injury you overcame. But Coach, we know why people watch the Scholastic Ball Report. They like the highlight. They like that light to shine on them on Friday nights. It's called Game Time here at WKYT. It's with Alex Walker and Lee K. Howard, brought to you by Prep Spin.
Good morning, everybody, and what a night of basketball. Region championships on the line last night, and we begin in Winchester. Montgomery County facing GRC, their longtime rival. The last time we had a meeting like this between these communities, 1965, when GRC beat Mount Sterling in the 16th Region Championship. This is how you pack a gym, and this is what high school basketball is all about. Congratulations to GRC. You put on one heck of a show. Into the first quarter, Ricky Lovett. My gosh, man. From downtown Camargo, he had 19 points, 13 boards. Indians by 5, but the quiet guy on the court, Jerome Morton, pulls the cards closer. He hit the 3. He had 16 points, 9 rebounds. The Mount Sterling Tribe goes outside. Brandon Dyer, Moco by 2 at the break. End of the third, a little controversy. Trent Edwards puts it in. Does it count? Yes, it does. Replays said no. Would it be a difference? A little bit, but Lincoln Bush was a huge difference in the paint. 19 points. Clark County by 3. Final seconds. Hagan Harrison misses the free throw, and pandemonium goes nuts, folks. 53-50, the Cardinals win it.
It's a great game to be a part of, honestly. I mean, it's a great environment, great rivalry. And I don't know, man. We find a way sometimes, and our kids, they get up for it, and they played well tonight.
It feels incredible. We've worked on this for years, and it's just been a thing in the making. We've been working every day as hard as we can. We've been through adversity, and we finally made it.
And welcome back into our Team of the Week. It happens to be Scott County. The Cardinals out there. Tim Glenn's in with us. And, of course, his outstanding senior guard, Aaron Leak, is in with us, too. And, Coach, thank you for coming out to the show this week. I know it's a busy week for you. We appreciate your time. And, Aaron, we appreciate you coming in. When did you know that you had a special team at Scott County and a regional contender because you won the region?
Well, these guys, had to play behind a pretty good group of seniors there for a while, and they were chomping at the bit even in practice, even last year, just wanting a shot, you know. And I knew that we had some really good pieces. I knew that they were going to have to figure this level out. Yeah. But you know, it's interesting. We've had a tradition at Scott County. At the end of each season, we all meet on the next day, whether we got beat out, you know, in the region, in the district, in the finals of the state tournament. The next day we come in and we all go in the locker room and the seniors exit. And we talk and we give our farewells and the seniors walk out. And then we have a meeting with those that are coming back. And Aaron will tell you that we all said, and in that thing, we said in that meeting last year, we said, guys, I'm looking around and I see that there's enough here that we can go back to Rupp Arena. Yeah. So we decided after the state tournament last year, when we got beat by Trinity, we decided we had enough then. We had to put a few things into application, but we decided then that we had enough. So
tell us about Aaron Leak there and what he's meant to the Scott County program.
Aaron Leak is a young man that has had the skill set from quite an early age. As he came along, one of our other coaches, Coach Landry Woods, who is the son of a pretty good coach down at Wayne County.
Yeah, Rodney Woods, and a pretty good player.
And a pretty good player as well. Coach Woods, I keep telling these guys, Coach Woods could shoot the ball. He really could. But you know, he always said about Aaron as a young, he's been with us a couple years, and when Aaron was a sophomore, Aaron may not even know this, but Coach Woods said, I'll tell you what, Coach, he said, when he's a senior, he's going to be able to do more with the ball than most we're going to have. Yeah. So and that's he's worked himself into that spot where he can do that.
Aaron, how you doing down there?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just you know, it's just a casual day here on the Scholastic Ball Report set with some great teams in Scott County. And tell us, did this season to you seem like a tale of two halves? You know, for Scott County?
Definitely. You know, in the regular season we learned a lot of lessons. And, you know, tournament time we came and put those lessons into play.
Sure did. Coach, as a former player, how important was it to you to get back to the Sweet 16?
You know, I think there was a couple things where I talked about being moved to tears in a couple of interviews and whatnot, and it wasn't something that I was exaggerating on or anything in that way. But Derek Varney, an employee here at WKYT,
yes, sir.
Him and I played together, and he was Coach Varney's son, and we came through together, and he came down on that floor and hugged me, and I tell you what, the tears rolling down his face, and he said, you know, it's every high school kid has a dream of experiencing the state tournament. Yes, I've been blessed to do that quite a few times with being Coach Hicks' sidekick, if you will, and working with him and doing with some really good teams. But I tell you what, that night was as special of an event that I've been able to be a part of, just because Derek came down and he said, you know, we wanted to do that together as players, like any high school kid would, but it was very special.
Aaron, you scored a 16-point clip and also 3 rebounds, 3 assists. What area do you hope to improve on? And you also, Coach, he also keeps a 3.65 GPA in the classroom out there.
Outstanding student, yes, sir.
Outstanding scholar student. What area do you hope to improve on as you move forward?
Probably just getting my teammates open and, you know, getting them more involved offensively and holding them accountable on defense too.
Well, Coach, we're about ready to go to a feature on a young man that you know a lot about, Deshaun Jackson, but we appreciate you joining us. Good luck at the Sweet 16 next week at Rupp Arena, and just tremendous season there, winning 19 games already, so congratulations.
Appreciate it.
That's the Scott County Cardinals and Coach Glenn, a 19-game winner, and they're headed to the Sweet 16. Now we're going to this feature. It's on Deshaun Jackson. He's a young man from Frederick Douglass, and he has to be pretty good.
Douglas junior guard Deshaun Jackson had a week to remember during district play. In 3 games, Jackson accumulated 99 points and 34 rebounds, helping the Broncos to its first district title.
I feel like I can do it on both sides of the ball, on offense, on defense. I can score the ball with the best of them, but also key in on defense, with stopping people, getting rebounds, loose balls.
The game of the week took place on Tuesday night in the district semifinals, when Douglas upset Henry Clay 108-104 in double overtime. Jackson accounted for 43 points.
That might have been the craziest game of my high school career so far.
He really took that next step that we've been wanting him to all year, as far as not settling for shots. And he's such a good shooter. He can catch fire at any time, but we feel he can really get to that basket at will. And the other thing he is that's really underrated is he leads us in assists.
Jackson knows getting his teammates involved has been the key to his success.
I know that people are going to try to send two at me, double team me, so I might as well make the easy pass, get my teammates involved, everybody gets happy, and it gets our momentum up.
Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report, one of our most popular segments. This one emphasizes the academics, like this young man here from East Jessamine. We're talking about Zach Coleman. And Zach, you have a 4.0 in class there at East Jessamine. On and off the basketball court, you excel. How would you describe your leadership skills?
I'd say I'm more of a quiet leader, but, I like to lead by example. By every time we go to practice, I give them 110%. And I think if the other players, look up to me that way, that I always do my hardest, and I think it makes them want to also do the same.
Coach, you had a tremendous season this year. You were 19-12, won 19 games. That's kind of a barometer for a lot of coaches. Is 20 wins. You were right there on that. How would you sum up the season?
Well, obviously it didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was a great season for our program, and it was a way to build our program and continue to go in the right direction. Last year, we won 11 games. This year, we turned it around to 19 in my second year. So, the kids are starting to buy into the program, into the system, and what we're doing, and it's great to see what these guys can accomplish.
Zach, what teachers or coaches have molded you to sparkle in class and in sports?
Definitely for coaches, I have to go my first one. My dad was my very first coach at Upward, but he taught me a different lesson. It was more of how to be a true teammate, how to share the ball, and how truly special that can be when you have a team around you. Then I have to go with my middle school coach, Coach Jackson. He's the one that showed me how to, be a good basketball player, but also good in the classroom, how to keep good grades, and I think he's the one that, truly showed me that at first. And then high school, our assistants, Coach Tuning and Prokes, they've been there for me since freshman year. And Barton, he gave me a second chance. I had a bunch of injuries sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I didn't play my junior year, but he gave me a second chance, and it obviously paid off for me. I got a lot of awards.
Coach, has Zach caused some ripple effects among his teammates, and tell us how?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like he said earlier, he leads by example in the locker room, and he doesn't say a whole lot, but when he's out there in between the lines and he's playing, it's obvious that he's giving his all and his 110%, and it's infectious. And when we have that type of play in practice, and we have that. The kids feed off that, and we have really good practices because of that.
Zach, with that 4.0, you can probably go to any college you want to, but what college will you go to, and what do you hope to study?
I plan to go to WKU and to study meteorology. I actually have been here before. My sister actually earned the Comeback Player of the Year, tore both her ACLs, and still played for West Jessamine. And when we came here, I saw them doing the weather. And I love science, I love climate, stuff like that, and it honestly just interests me. And ever since then, that's what I've always wanted to do.
So he wants to be the next Chris Bailey, right?
That's right. It all started right here.
Out here discovering things at KYT and saw the weather guide, says, hey, I want to be that.
Absolutely.
Here's your plaque. Take that, Zach. Take that over to Crown Trophy. Ryan Tyson will personalize that for you for no charge. Congratulations for being not only a comeback kid, of your own there with, like you said, Coach Barton brought you back, but also a 4.0 student in classroom. That'll go far for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Zach Coleman, our Scholar Athlete of the Week from East Jessamine. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville.
It's time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Check out Clark County's KJ Rucker shaking a defender on his way to the hoop. Worth another look. This game was in the boys 10th region semifinals against Bishop Brossart. KJ Rucker making it look fancy as Clark County goes on to win the game and ultimately win the 10th region. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Back with our UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery segment. Rob Ullery's with us, and we've got a young lady who's the Comeback Athlete of the Year.
The Comeback Athlete of the Year after many, many nominations. My committee chose Madeline Emerson from Louisville Holy Cross. She's come through a lot of pain, a lot of turmoil. And Madeline, talk to us a little bit about the injury you sustained this past year.
So basically, I tore my right hip labrum in the summer of 2018. I was playing softball, first base. I guess I just strided too far out, felt immediate pain. At the time, I was too young to have hip surgery because of my growth plate still being open. So we gave it about a year. I was still in therapy. They kept me in regularly, just stretching it out, keeping it loose and all that. I continued to play sports. Continued to play softball especially, and finally the bigger summer of 2018 I finally had surgery at UK by Dr. Duncan, and I immediately started in rehab. I finished in December of 2018, came back, finished my sophomore year season of basketball, and continued my sophomore season of softball all the way out through June.
And played really well.
Yes.
So she's a young lady who plays multiple sports, obviously.
Right.
So
yes.
Congratulations for
Thank
that.
you.
And you keep a good high GPA.
Yes, especially I have a 4.4 right now, weighted. I'm in AP classes. Grades are especially important to me, especially being a student athlete.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about how hard the rehab process was coming back from all of this.
So the biggest downfall for me that immediately came from the injury was a lack of confidence. I was scared to move or even get up and walk in the morning because I was just so fragile and scared that something else could come from the injury. So especially after my surgery, my parents made sure that I was eating healthy and maintaining a good healthy diet and stuff, because not playing in sports, losing that not playing, not gaining weight or whatever.
Right.
But so that was especially important. When I finally was released and got back to the court and back on the field, I was very, very nervous. I was really self-cautious and making sure that I was maintaining a good process and stuff and taking everything slow. So that was especially important. But I think I finally kind of got back into the hang of it.
From Louisville Holy Cross, she's the Comeback Athlete of the Year. Thank you for joining us on the show, man. We really appreciate it. Rob, that's a great award you guys give out there at UK Sports Medicine. There's their phone number and their website. Give them a call. They got the walk-in clinic. And now we're going to these final highlights, and these highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com.
West Jessamine and Danville in the 12th region title fight. Early on, Trey Dawson will spin and score. He had 14 for the Admirals. West Jessamine builds a lead. Diageo step, a full step and then some from behind the three-point line. He had 24. Colts by 6 at the break. Move to the fourth quarter. Aiden Sloan, a huge three. This makes it 58-54 West Jessamine. But the Colts, when you've got horses, you let them run, man. Step misses the runner. Clayton Winter there for the tip-in. West Jessamine, they haven't been in a decade, but they're going back 78-64.
And welcome back in to wrap it up on the Scholastic Ball Report. Thanks to all of our great guests. And boy, that young lady from Holy Cross, that Comeback Athlete of the Year, she was fabulous.
Great young lady, and has overcome a lot.
And she's got a 4.4 weighted GPA.
She knows what's required to be a real student athlete.
You guys have been working the state tournament all week, the girls' state tournament all week.
Been a great tournament, a lot of fun. As the official sports medicine providers for the KHSA, we're there for everything and for all the student athletes.
I guess I should say the Mingy beef jerky.
The Mingy beef jerky.
Because they're a sponsor here on the show.
That's right.
As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.